Once you understand the capital asset blocked credit regarding vehicle, vessel, aircraft, now I am going to bring to notice the following points, which is ITC not allowed to claim by any person unless you are under the exception category. If you are exception category, yes, allowed. First and foremost, presenting here, services like food and beverages, outdoor catering services, beauty treatment services, health services, cosmetic plastic surgery services, life and or health services. These are blocked credit. ITC not allowed. Sir, what about these are provided by a person from similar line of business? ITC allowed. Sir, these services are composite, element of composite or mixed supply, sir. The output supply taxable, sir. Can I have ITC? Yes. I said no. The Taj Hotel providing what? Restaurant services, namely breakfast, accommodation, pick up and drop. Restaurant services taken from outside, food and beverages. GST paid. ITC allowed? Yes, because output supply is a composite supply. Meaning the food and beverages is the element of output supply in a composite nature, then which is taxable supply, it is allowed. So similar line of business, it is allowed. My name is Anna Caterers. I am providing food and beverages to TCS company. My output supply to TCS company, food and beverages, outdoor catering, ITC not allowed to TCS. TCS not allowed. But Anna Caterers got more orders from TCS company. Then to fulfill the orders, Anna Caterers approached Amma Caterers for the want of input services of what? Food and beverages. Amma Caterers provided services to Anna Caterers. Anna Caterers ultimately provided food and beverages to TCS. Now Anna Caterers asking, my input service from Amma Caterers, similar line of business, can I avail ITC? Yes. Got the clarity? Got the clarity? Now, further, sir, TCS company point of view, TCS providing the food to whom? To their employees. TCS company to them input service of food and beverages, outdoor catering, ITC not allowed. Blocked credit. It's clear? But TCS company asking, sir, I am providing food to my employees. What for? There is an obligation under the law on the employer to provide to employee food and beverages. Thereby I am providing, sir. Otherwise I won't provide, sir. Is it so? Under which law? Under the state government order, sir. All BPO companies, software companies should provide midday meals to their employees. Otherwise fine. Therefore I am providing, sir. Obligation under the law. Who provide to whom? TCS company being employer. To whom? To their employees. ITC allowed. If it is obligatory under the law. Got the clarity? Further. Coming to this, here, ITC is not exception. Service of the same category, ITC, similar line of business, ITC allowed. Or composite mixed supply is element, then ITC allowed. Or obligatory for an employee to provide the same to employee is allowed. Is clear, bro? What are the services? Be careful, count it. It should be accountable on fingertips. 1, food and beverages. 2, outdoor catering. 3, health services. 4, cosmetic plastic surgery services. 5, life service, life insurance services. If not, health insurance services. As the case may be. This much only. And already we covered renting, leasing, vehicle, vessel, aircraft. Already covered. Now come back. For these services are considered membership of a club, health and fitness services, leave travel home or home travel concession. If the employer incurred for the employees membership of a club services, health fitness services, leave or home travel services, ITC is not allowed. You get my point? Even you take here Bharatwaj Institute. Bharatwaj Institute says to their faculties, who are not the staff, who is not the employee, Bharatwaj Institute says, hey faculty members, your contribution is outstanding in the Bharatwaj Institute. You have been with the ample of experience of coming and teaching to our students. So weekends, we are providing to you Gymkhana Club facilities, Gymkhana Club facilities, membership, Gymkhana Club membership facilities. Rafi asked, what will get the benefit there? If you go there, you can play, you can, casino is there, that is there, horse riding is inside is there, swimming pool is there, liquor also is available at your option, not required to pay anything because we pay the membership fees we got. Membership fees is 5 lakh rupees. So enjoy there, weekends, to renovate yourself. Then 5 lakh rupees they paid and purchased the membership, club membership, Gymkhana club membership. GST 18%. ITC allowed? Allowed to Bharatwaj Institute? No, blocked credit. Is clear? Now, all the faculties of Bharatwaj Institute are the employees, not freelancers. Employees and paying the income tax under the head salary, all the faculties, employees of the Bharatwaj Institute. They have taken the membership of Gymkhana Club. It is allowed? Not allowed. However, if it is an obligatory for the employer to provide the same membership of a club or health and fitness services or leave or home travel services to the employees by the employer, ITC allowed. Got the clarity? Now I have a doubt. Membership of a club or health and fitness services or leave home travel services, if they are providing services and receiving from similar line of business, ITC allowed for them? No, ITC not allowed. Gymkhana Club received the input services from Mahindra and Mahindra Club membership fees. ITC allowed for Gymkhana Club? No, it is not a similar business. That's why I said you, this is different, bro, from this. That's why I refer you have fingertips speak, on count on fingertips. Here, this is different from this. But for this and this, what is common factor? Employer providing to the employees is an obligatory under the law. Then it is allowed. The only common factor. Got it? Clarity? Like that, you have to have clarity, crystal clear clarity. Now, referring further here, my dear, in the given case, the fitness service center, 360-degree fitness center, 360 degrees fitness center company received the services from another fitness service company, Slim Fitness Services received. Eligible to claim ITC? Similar business? No. So, is the element of composite supply, sir? What is the or mixed supply, sir? Bharatwaj Institute says, sir, we are providing to students, faculty, staff, gym facilities inside of the classroom. Classroom, one side, gym also is there. Fitness, health is important. Therefore, both they are providing single price, rupees 10,000 per subject. Providing coaching and gym. Is a mixed or a composite? Mixed supply. Element of supply. Whose output supply is what? Principal supply. Yes, principal means higher rate of GST what? The 18% GST. That also 18% GST. Fitness services. So, entire will be taxed at the rate of 18%. Now, Bharatwaj Institute says is an element of mixed supply. I have received this fitness services, gym services from a particular Slim Gym Private Limited. Can I have an ITC? No. Why not? for a black recruit. Only employer provide to employer, that too under obligatory of a law, under a statutory obligatory you provide, then only it is allowed. Got the clarity? That's it. Further, coming to works contract service, I want to bring to notice first definition, section 2 subsection 19, which is there with us, which means a contract for building, construction, fabrication, completion, erection, installation, fitting out, improvement, modification, repair, maintenance, renovation, alteration, or commissioning of any immovable property wherein transfer of property in goods, whether as goods or in some other form, is involved in the execution of such contract. Meaning what? When you come and refer here, works contract, when you say, it is material and labor moving hand in hand, even for construction, even for repair. Is clearer? But I said here, material and labor used in relation to construction of immovable property, if I say, is a form part of works contract service, correct? No, bro. Is a form part of works contract service or not? Works contract service broader. Works contract service includes construction, commissioning, erectioning, repairs, maintenance, alteration. Get my point? These and all come under the element of works contract. But I am focusing the attention on what? Construction of immovable property. If that is the case, such a works contract in relation to construction of immovable property, ITC not allowed. Now various questions comes into picture. Sir, works contract in relation to repair, maintenance of a building is a block creator. Section 17, subsection 5, class C is a block create only when if it is in relation to construction of immovable property, then only is a block created. Works contract, this works contract for what purpose? Construction of an immovable property. Then ITC not allowed. Is clear? But here the law says, if the construction of an immovable property is a supporting structure, to a plant and machinery, then ITC allowed. Exceptions. Works contract means what? It includes construction, repairs, maintenance, renovation, alteration, where material and labor goes hand in hand. Is clear? From that works contract, entire works contract not disallowed as a input as credit, not a fully not a bad credit. In that works contract, construction of an immovable property only lifted and kept in the block credit. If you refer the block credit concept, you understand. Refer the block credit. Section 17, subsection 5, clause C. This provision I am referring. If you read this, works contract services when supplied for construction of immovable property. Construction of immovable property. That is important. Other than plant and machinery. Meaning, works contract in relation to construction, that construction is facilitating to plant and machinery. ITC allowed. Then what is plant and machinery? We have explanation. Plant and machinery, anything appertaining to the land or structure, but Plant and machinery does not include 1. Construction of a civil structure. Plant and machinery does not include construction of a civil structure. 2. Installation of cell towers, telecommunication towers. 3. Installation of pipelines outside the factory premises. Installation of pipelines outside the factory premises. These 3 not plant and machinery. That means any works contract in relation to construction of civil structure, construction of a telecommunication tower, any works contract in relation to laying the pipeline outside the factory premises, ITC block credit. Got the clarity? First one, what is not a plant and machinery? Following 3. Construction of a civil structure. 2. The telecommunication towers. 3. Installation of pipelines outside the factory premises. These 3 are not a plant and machinery. Works contract in relation to these 3. Construction. ITC block in relation of construction. Construction of a civil structure. Construction of a cell tower. Telecommunication. Construction of a pipeline laying outside the factory premises. All the 3 works contract block credit. Now how to understand this? You are aware of that now? Works contract means what? Anything, material labor goes hand in hand in relation to construction of immovable property, comma, repairs and maintenance of immovable property, comma, alteration of immovable property, comma, renovation of immovable property, like that. In that, what is block credit? Construction of immovable property only block credit. For that exception, if that construction in relation to plant and machinery works contract, ITC allowed. Under that, what is not a plant and machinery? Civil structure construction. 2. Construction of telecommunication towers. 3. Construction of pipeline laid outside the factory premises. In this 3 cases, ITC not allowed if it is works contract service used. Is clear? Now I have a doubt. Doubt why should be clarified straight away by present on the screen. In the Paranga brother, answer to me in the given case. A Limited, owner of the factory building, that building constructing by a works contractor. B Limited. B Limited output services, works contract to A Limited. ITC allowed a bracket. Bracket because a civil structure construction, ITC not allowed. Is it clear? If so, answer look here. A Limited not eligible to claim ITC of works contract service. Clear? Got the clarity? Now doubt came here. Who am I? Provider of works contractor. My name is B Limited. While providing works contractor, I have to provide material and labor, both hand in hand I have to provide. While providing material, I have to purchase the material. Works contract B Limited purchase the cement, sand, iron and so on by payment of GST. Can you avail the ITC? Works contractor who provide the output supply of works contract services, he receives the input goods by paying the GST. Can you avail ITC? Yes. Law permitted. GST paid on cement, steel and so on, ITC allowed to works contractor. But output supply of works contractor services not eligible to claim ITC by A Limited because it is not a plant and machinery for A Limited. If it is a plant and machinery for A Limited for which works contract received from B Limited, ITC is allowed. What do you mean this? Example. I want to install this machinery, hot mix machinery, name itself hot mix. If I start to operate it, it will have high vibration. It has high vibration. It dances like anything. We can't get the production. Then what should do? We should first construct the foundation on the land, and on that foundation, this machine should be installed by fitting with the bolts and nuts to prevent the vibration in it. What foundation have to provide here? This type of foundation. To construct this foundation, I appoint B Limited. Hey B Limited, can you construct the foundation? What for, sir? He asked. For installation of machinery, which is plant machinery. Yes, sir, I will do for you. So he provided the work contract services. B Limited provided services to A Limited. For A Limited, machinery to install. B Limited charged the 1 lakh rupee foundation structure. Was contract 18% GST, 18,000. B Limited provide the output services of was contract in relation to plant and machinery. In that case, finally, the machine has been installed on the foundation structure by A Limited. A Limited, while paying output tax on his output supplies, he received the was contract services in relation to only for construction of foundation structure as a supporting structure for our plant and machinery. ITC allowed works contract services, ITC allowed in the given case. Is it clear? Now works contract B is asking, sir, I am a supplier of output services, sir, of works contract, sir, while providing output services to my client A Limited. A Limited cannot avail the ITC, as you are aware of that, sir. But as a B Limited works contractor, I received works contract services from another person from similar line of business. That means from C Limited, I received works contract services. B provided works contract to A Limited. So B is asking, can I avail ITC on my input supply of works contract services because I received from similar line of business? ITC is allowed to B Limited. Is clear, my dear sir? ITC is allowed to B Limited. My examiner asking now. C examiner asking. B Limited provide the works contract services to A Limited. What type of service provided? Repairs and maintenance of the building. A Limited has the factory building. Repairs and maintenance services provided by B Limited was contractor to A Limited. Rupees 1 lakh. GST 18%. 18 rupees. Can A Limited avail the ITC for the given service? Yes. Reason? Not a blocked credit. What is blocked? Construction. It is not a construction, man. Now, repairs and maintenance. Very good. ITC allowed. Now, one step ahead. Examiner tightening in the examination furthermore. A Limited, a factory constructing car shed in the premises of the factory. Car shed constructing, for which B Limited was contracted to provide the services. A Limited can avail ITC for car shed. It is allowed? Not allowed. Reason? Construction of car shed. Now, listen carefully. Furthermore, determining. Already there are 4 floors factory. 5th floor wanted to construct by A Limited. B Limited provided alteration or enhancement of the factory building capacity, modification by constructing 5th floor. Was contract provide the B Limited to A Limited can avail the ITC for the extra floor construction? No, ITC is not allowed. Sir, slightly we have got confused, sir. Repairs and maintenance of the factory building, you said, sir. ITC work contract allowed, sir. For construction of one more floor, ITC why not allowed, sir? Here only you being an accountant should understand. The work contract services, Mr. A Limited, you are booking that as a capital expenditure or a revenue expenditure. Sir, repairs and maintenance revenue expenditure, debit the performance account. ITC allowed, man. Sir, work contract services I have received for constructing extra floors, sir, which is the enhancing the capacity of the building, sir. As per the Ind AS, what shall I do? I should capitalize, sir. Then work contract in relation to capitalized expenditure, ITC not allowed. As simple as that. However, if the work contract you are capitalizing along with your plant and machinery, ITC allowed. Understand? Works contract services in relation to plant and machinery, capitalizing asset only. Get my point? ITC allowed. This one, in the given case, what is my cost of the machinery? Cost of the machinery as per Ind AS, which includes cost of installation, construction of foundation, works contract service, which is 1 lakh, plus GST, 18,000. Is clearer, my dear? Cost of the machine, 10 lakhs. What is my cost of capitalization? It is 11 lakhs, man, because it is qualified for ITC, which is works contract service. Correct? Capitalize works contract services, not out ITC. However, such a works contract service you are capitalizing along with plant and machinery, ITC allowed. Get my point? So, we will be summing up in a simplified manner. Simple. I will sum up. Just look and understand. No need to worry at all further. Once you understand this concept, what do you understand here? Works contract service, material labor goes hand in hand in relation to dash construction of immovable property. Then ITC not allowed. Is clear? No. Simplifying the PARPA. WCS means what? For plant and machinery. For plant and machinery capitalized, or for other than plant and machinery. That is in relation to construction of civil structure, then telecommunication, cell tower and pipeline outside factory. Is clear? Then ITC not allowed. Can you agree with me? Works contract service capitalized other than plant and machinery purpose, which is construction of a civil structure or telecommunication tower or what? Pipeline outside the factory. ITC blocked, not allowed. Sir, works contract, sir, capitalized, sir, for plant and machinery, sir, up to put to use of the machinery, all expenditure as per Ind AS we have to add in the cost of the capital goods. So, if it is capitalized for, I will say, instead of P&L, plant and machinery, for plant and machinery, then ITC allow. Is clear, bro? Then coming here, revenue expenditure. Works contract is what? Revenue expenditure. Repairs and maintenance, renovations, alterations, which is not going to enhance the asset capacity. Are you getting my point? Which asset? Immovable property. So, revenue expenditure in relation to immovable property or plant and machinery. Plant and machinery. You know what is not plant and machinery? What is that plant machinery? Civil structure, cell tower, pipelines, outside the factory. So, revenue expenditure in relation to immobile property or in relation to plant machinery. Revenue type of expenditure. See, machinery installed, repairs doing the machinery, or the civil structure now somewhere broken. Again, maintaining the structure, repair did, or uplift of a structure. So, in that case, ITC, whatever question going to come in the examination should be drawn from this only, from the 17.5C. Is clear, bro? It's called works contract service. Now, our Indians are too intelligent. Instead of receiving the works contract services, A Limited, while constructing the factory, A Limited received only labor, no material. Eba works contractor, நீங்க material கூட supply பண்ணால் is works contract. And material வேணா நான் வாங்குறேனே, I will buy the material for my own. You just send a service only, labor. Then A Limited purchase directly from supplier, cement, sand, steel, iron, and so on, and received from a works contractor only labor service. If so, supplier not provide the works contract, supplier provide the manpower supply. Is clear, sir? In the given case, all the inputs they paid the GST, input services. A Limited can avail the ITC. Law says section 17, section 5, class D, not class C. You escape from works contractor, but class D will catch hold. If these materials as inputs, these services as input services which you used in relation to construction of an immobile property, ITC not allowed. See the provision how clearly mentioned here. If you refer here, you come to know. Class D. Goods or services are both by a taxable person for construction of an immobile property. See here also, for construction of immobile property other than plant and machinery on his own account, including when such goods or services are both are used in the course or furtherance of business. In spite of that, sir, I am using this factory premises to produce the production, sir. Without having the factory, I can't produce the production, sir. So what, sir? ITC bracketed, sir. Further referring here. Now you tell me in the given case. In the given case, tell me, A Limited can avail ITC? Purchase the cement, purchase the iron, steel, labor service received. ITC allowed? Not allowed. So A Limited being a manufacturer is not eligible to avail ITC on goods or services received for construction of immobile property other than plant and machinery. As a result, ITC not allowed. Is clear? Not eligible for ITC. Is clear? Then further referring to you. You are already aware of that. What? A composition taxpayer, being a trader, his aggregate on the preceding fund should not exceed dash amount, 1.5 crore or 75 lakhs for few states. Not exceed after composition scheme. Can you avail ITC? Look on the screen. Tell me, here they purchase the goods by paying the normal rate of GST. They purchase the goods by payment high GST. They procure the goods from other state. Allowed? For a composition taxpayer, can he purchase the goods from other state? Can I purchase, being a composition taxpayer, can I purchase the goods? Can I receive the inward supply from other state? Yes, yes, yes. I should not supply the goods to other state. My outward supply should not be other state. My inward supply from other state. Still I am a composition taxpayer. I paid how much GST? 18%, 18,000. I too locally purchase something. Then I provide the output supply. My output supply how much? 1,50,000 rupees. Where I have to pay GST or not? What rate of GST? 0.5% CGST, 0.5% on dash value on taxable turnover only because a trader. For others, on total turnover. Taxable plus exempt supply. But here only taxable supply. 0.5% how much comes on 1,50,000? 70? 7,000, 750, 750. 750 CGST, 750 GST. While paying the GST by trader, can he collect the GST from the buyer? He should issue dash bill of supply. Excellent. Then what is cost of his purchase? Cost of purchase 1,18,000. It's the fundamentals. Now he cannot claim ITC. ITC not allowed. Is clear? NRTP, non-resident taxable person, who came from outside India to India to carry the business temporarily, who generally won't have the PAN number. The valid passport is sufficient to have registration, compulsory for them. Are they eligible to claim ITC for their output supply when they are going to pay GST normal rate? Again, I am telling you, such a NRTP not eligible to opt dash composition scheme. Not eligible to opt a. Not only this way, one more guy I told, casual taxable person. These two are not eligible for composition scheme. Okay. Now NRTP is normal scheme, paying to normal rate of tax. Can you avail ITC? No, except only one ITC. Namely, when you come to India, you bringing the goods into India by payment of IGST to Department of Customs. That IGST only can avail ITC. Look on the screen now. NRI in India, he import the goods by payment of IGST 12,000 and locally purchase the goods by payment of CGST, GST 9% each. Now he provide output supply in India. Out of supply 1,50,000, he is liable to pay IGST. On 1,50,000, he is liable to pay IGST. What is 1,50,000 IGST 18%? For example, how much comes? 1,50,000, 27,000 amma. 1,18,000 18,000. 50% 9,000, 18% 19%. அப்படி சொல்லணும். அக்கௌண்டன்ட் கணக்கு போல எப்படி இருக்கணும்? 27,000 is clear? 27,000 output as liability of this fellow who's NRTP. Can he claim ITC of this 9,000 plus 9,000 local purchases? No. Can he claim ITC of 12,000? Yes. Get the clarity? If a purchase goods or services to meet my corporate social responsibility, CSR, CSR, one concept. It may not be exactly as per the Companies Act 2013, but I will tell you. If my company having consistently profits for the past 2 years, I have good profits. From the profit, some port, let us say 3%, 2%, I should allocate to my country for the welfare of my mother India. Is a requirement as per the Companies Act. Now, X Limited incorporated in India and incurring some expenditure out of their corporate social responsibility fund. From where you create the fund? By taking from profit. If no profit, CSR not applicable for you. You are aware of that or not? If loss making company, CSR not required, not applicable. Profit making company only should pay CSR. CSR incurred. So the company purchased air conditioning machines. What for? For giving freely to a charitable trust, which is section 12 AB of the Income Tax Act, registered person. To them, they are giving freely. Now, are they eligible to claim ITC on this particular purchase of machinery, air conditioning machinery? ITC blocked. First and foremost, we analyze like this. I will show you and analyze. FA, a new point, bro, is amendment provision. Section 17, Section 5, clause FA. Goods or services are both received by a taxable person which are used or intended to be used for activities relating to his obligations under the corporate social responsibility referred to in section 135 of the Companies Act 2013. Now, when I given to my one of the trust freely if I give, cascading is there. No cascading, ITC not allowed. Not only that, is a black credit, because this expenditure incurred out of your corporate social responsibility fund. No sir, I given a very less discount sir, 90% discount I given sir. I purchased for 10 lakhs the AC machines by paying the normal rate of GST 18%, but I given a discount of 90% to the society, to the trust, and I price only 10% sir. That means cascading is there. Can I avail ITC? No, because black credit. Now I put in this manner. Holding company given freely to subsidiary company. Given freely to subsidiary company. What is given? Air conditioning machines are given. Subsidiary company is deserved to get that receipt freely. Now under the corporate responsibility, he given freely to particular subsidiary company. Subsidiary company deserved, for example, to receive free of cost. All companies cannot allow to receive donations. You are aware of that? Only the income tax recognized institution only can avail to get the donation. Bharat was private institute, they can get the donation. Offense. They should not get the donation. Donation they should not get. Get my point, sir? However, if it is a 12A entity, 12AB income tax entity, or section 1023 BB of Income Tax Act, or section 1023 C subclass 5 of Income Tax Act, these institutions are deserved for getting donations. Now, holding company given machinery freely to subsidiary company. This machinery purchased by holding company out of their corporate social responsibility fund. Even though given freely, is a supply. You are aware of that? Deemed supply. Section Schedule 1. Open market value will apply. Rule number 27 will come. Open market value. Have to pay GST. I am paying GST. Can I avail ITC? Also no. Hey Mr. Holding Company, you have received these machineries by spending which expenditure? CSR expenditure. The fund created by you for CSR, from that you paid. ITC not allowed. Cascading is there or not there is a black treatment for you. Don't ask. Do not avail the ITC. Not eligible to avail ITC. Clear, bro? Is an amendment one can expect in the examination. Further, goods or services are used both for personal consumption. Personal consumption, already referred. Section 17, 2, 3 and all. 7, 1 also. Only for taxable supply it is allowed. If partly for taxable, partly for exempt supply, proportionate credit allowed. 17.3. Yes, clear? Fully personal purpose, sir. It is allowed. Now, for example, bro, Bharatwaj Institute is our institute. Therefore, I can use the name of my institute rather than use other institute name. Is clear, sir? Bharatwaj purchased Asian paint. What for purchase? Painting the classroom walls for better appearance of the classroom. It is allowed, not allowed? Allowed. Because they use for the business purpose, in the course of the business. Now, Palaniswamy sir said, Bharatwaj Institute purchased the paint, 100 liters of Royal Asian paint. Entire paint I am using for my house painting purpose. Taken away, entire. Bharatwaj only paid the amount. Bill came Bharatwaj's name. But the inputs used for personal consumption. It is allowed. It is a bureaucratic. Is the meaning of it. Further, class H, 2 section 17.5 of the CGSTAct. Goods lost, stolen, destroyed, written off in the books of accounts, or disposed by way of gift free. ITC not allowed. Example, look on the screen. I have manufactured beautiful cars in my factory premises. located in Bangalore. These goods before supply within the factory due to short circuit of electricity got gutted in the fire, became husk and dust. I have to spend the money to clear that area. This A limited factory asking, can I have an ITC on the inputs used for this output? No ITC, because you have written off in the books of accounts. Goods whose value written off in the books of accounts, its input, tax, credit, not allowed, block credit. Sir, my name is Reddy Lab, sir. I have manufactured new medicine, sir. Tablets, sir. Highly useful, sir, for the fever to cure immediately, sir. New products, sir. That product I am distributing across the India free of cost, sir. I have incurred input services, input goods, where I incur the expenditure at so much. ITC, 2 crores is there. Can I have ITC? Not allowed. Your output, what you did? Medicine, supplied, free. No cascading, no ITC. In spite of cascading not there, is a black credit. Get my point? Further, come back. Clause I to section 17 subsection 5. Clause I. If tax paid by the taxpayer only upon issuance of show cause notice under section 74 capital A, where the department noticed taxpayer committed the fraud, they were not paid, department noticed, issue the notice. Section 74 capital A, which is with effect from 1st November 2024. The same section can be talked for reasons other than the fraud to issue notice, for reasons of fraud. Time limit different to issue the notice. Section 74A. 74A is issued by taking a longer period of time, means fraud case. What is the fraud? Suppression of fact. Intention not to pay the tax. Mens rea, guilty mind. In toto, the person is fraudster. Meaning what? Wantedly, intentionally, deliberately, instead of payment of 2 crores of tax, I paid only 20,000. The balance invoices, I hid it, I suppressed it, not issue the invoices, supply the goods, to evade the tax, wantedly, very clearly established, is a fact of fraud. In that case, department noticed, hey, Mr. Fraudulent guy, you pay the tax now. Ayyo, pudichitangle, then I pay the tax. Such a payment of tax mine, appavi, the buyer of that goods, not eligible to claim ITC. I paid the tax only against notice issued under section 74, a fraud case. Or otherwise, I am carrying the goods in a truck, national highway, Bay of Bengal side, left side Bay of Bengal, national highway. I am carrying the goods. Department officer detained my vehicle, asked me for the want of e-way bill, the value of the goods 2 crores. E-way bill not there, e-way bill required. Department detained the vehicle with the goods and seized the goods. Under section 129, department says, I will levy the penalty. If you pay that, I will release the goods and vehicle. And what is the penalty, sir? I asked. 200% of the tax. Sir, law got amended. If the e-way will not there, while in transit of the goods by road, department officer detained, the penalty where the owner come forward to pay the tax, to pay the penalty, is equal to 200% of the tax. Tax 200 crores of the worth of the goods, 18% GST. How much? 36 crores. 200 crores Raja. On 200 crores, 18% GST, how much comes? 36 crores. Now 200% of tax, 72 crores. Tax I have to pay to release seized goods. Again I have to pay the tax, different point. Tax has to pay. But releasing of the goods, which is detained by the officer and seized officer, or seized by the officer, to release that goods, under section 129, it is sufficient to pay penalty. Tax, I will pay later on with the interest. Is a now amended provision. Payment of tax and penalty delinked under section 129. To release the goods, seized goods, enough to pay penalty. Now, I pay the penalty, release the goods. I need to pay the tax also. I pay the tax also. Such a tax paid by supplier not eligible to claim ITC by recipient. Sir, confiscation. Confiscated goods releasing by charging the fine. Fine in lieu of confiscation. Section 130 of the CGST. What is a confiscation, sir? You said already seized goods. Now confiscation of the goods comes into picture only when there is non-payment of the GST, tax, penalty under 129, namely seized goods. Finally, what department will do? Will confiscate. Meaning what? In the case of confiscation, the ownership of the goods will shifting from the owner of the goods to the department. Whereas when the goods has been detained, subsequently seized, seizure of the goods taken place, ownership of the goods remains with the owner of the goods. It won't change to the department. Is the difference. Now, confiscation taken place. Then the taxpayer coming, sir, henceforth I won't do this type of mistake, sir. Fraud, sir, I won't do, sir. Promise, sir. Trust me, sir. I will pay your fine, sir. Fine levied under 130. I paid the fine. Of course, I have to pay also tax. I could pay. I pay the tax. To release my confiscated goods, I paid the fine. Subsequently, I pay the tax also on such goods. My buyer of the goods not eligible to claim ITC because you should not have been purchased the goods from such a fraud person. Next time, be careful, buyer. Punishment is to the buyer who is a apavi. Am I right or not? But the law says if the supplier paid the tax against notice issued under 74A fraud case or seized goods to release or confiscation taken place cases, tax paid by the supplier, buyer, you are not eligible to claim ITC. Section 17, Section 5, Clause I. This provision not applicable for supply of services. No one will detain and seize the knowledge of the other. It is not applicable to confiscate the knowledge of the others. Therefore, when it is this provision applicable for supply of service means I provide the services, intentionally evade the tax, mensura, guilty mind, suppress the facts is the symptoms of the fraud. Department notice. Here, Mr. Supplier of Service, you evade the tax fraudulently, now you pay the tax. That time, against the notice under 74A, I pay the tax. That tax, the recipient of my service can't avail ITC because seizure and confiscation is only belongs to goods. Issuance of show cause notice in case of fraud may be service, may be supply of goods. Is clear? That means to some extent only it apply. 17(5) section 17 5 clause I applicable to service only for 74A. Then goods 129 as well as 130 sections. Because seizure and confiscation only for goods. Issue of notice under 74A, it may be fraud case of non-payment of tax by supplier of service or supplier of goods as the case may be. So, to some extent it is applicable. 17(5) clause I is applicable to service provider if it is not paid acting fraudulently and paying the tax now by service provider. Is clear? With this I can say that the explanation to the blocked credit is completed. Any doubt?